So, Captain, it's been a little while since we have seen Tiger play on a Ryder Cup, and I know you have spent some quality time with him over the years discussing the Ryder Cup. How excited are you, really, to have him on the team right now?
I think we're all excited. I think, Tiger and I spent time as partners. We spent a lot of time as vice captains talking strategy, talking pairings. I'm not sure he sleeps very often, and I can attest to the amount of texts that Davis Love has received. I think I'm maybe not quite as many, but I'm darn close. But it's been great to have his help and to get like a little feel of one of the best minds in the history of the game on your side helping you out. It's been great to have. But I have to say we're all excited to see him healthy again, to see his game playing well and kind of backed up against the wall. Play so well at the Open Championship, to play so well at the PGA. Phil is correct. We all kind of become fans as well, and it's a feather in our cap to have him playing on our side.
Thanks, Jim. Tiger, we've seen you as a Ryder Cup player. We've observed you as a Ryder Cup vice captain. In both instances, it's very clear that you are very passionate about this event. Why the drive? Why the desire to be a part of the Ryder Cup?
Well, when I first made my first team at Valderrama, it was quite an honor, and more than anything, it was a great learning experience to see the passion that one of our late great team leaders and Payne Stewart showed for the event, and he made me understand how important the Ryder Cup is, and from that moment on, I always wanted to be a part of each and every team. Haven't been part of the team playing wise for 6 years and served as a vice captain a couple of years ago, and that was absolutely incredible to be part of the team, be part of these young guys, and just to try and help them in any way, shape, or form I could, whether it was with pairings, spikes, or sandwiches, or water, whatever they needed. I was there, and this year to have the honor to be able to play again is beyond special.
Thank you. Questions, ladies and gentlemen? If you have a question, raise your hand and we'll get you a wireless mic. Over here in the back row on mic number 2, Alex.
Tiger, you had the unique experience of working with Jim, I guess, over the last 6 months or so, trying to figure out what should happen at this point. Can you assess from what was actually your vice captain position until just recently, the strengths of what this team has?
Well, this team it's young, full of guys in their 20s, and we've got an unbelievable veteran leader in Phil, who's been around the Ryder Cup, since before some of these guys were born. So it's a great mix of guys. But one of the things I learned a couple of years ago is a lot of these guys grew up playing junior golf together, and they really know each other really well. So they played junior golf, they played collegiate golf, some amateur stuff, and then came out on tour about the same time. So they've really grown up with one another. And it was pretty evident at how close this team was in 16, and again this year in 18.
Over here on mic number 1, Bob.
Tiger, over here.
Yeah, Bobby.
You might recall at Riviera this year, the subject came up about this possibility. It was actually asked, could you do both? Could you be a vice captain and a player? And it was your tone was sort of joking at the time, but can you recall deep down what you really thought about your chances of being in this position now, way back then?
Well, at the beginning of the year, that was one of my goals was to make this team. I got the call from Jim, and he asked if I would serve as a vice captain. And I said, absolutely, anything to help you out. But also, deep down, I wanted to make the team. I really wanted to play on it. Now, I hadn't started playing golf really yet, but still, I was a goal at the end of the season is to be able to make this team. And as the year progressed, I've kind of gained some traction, and was somehow able to get some high finishes, and lo and behold, I'm a part of this team. It's it's incredible. I mean, it really is to look back at the start of the year and now to have accomplished a goal like that, to be a part of this team, and now to be a player. It's just, as I said, it's beyond special.
Over here, Bernie, on mic number 2, please.
Tiger, could you be brutally honest with us and tell us how long have you known you've had a pick?
Probably for, I played well at the PGA, so it was, we're hinting at, sorry, the vice captains and the captain were hinting at picking him as a player. So as a vice captain, I put my hat in for that player. Yeah, so, it's just one of those things where it evolved in the last, couple of weeks.
On the back of your answer to that last question, you've played a lot of Ryder Cups. Can this be one of the most memorable Ryder Cups you would have played in, given what you've gone through these last few years?
Absolutely. It's to have an opportunity to go to Europe and to have an opportunity to win a Ryder Cup, and we haven't done it in 25 years over there, and to be a part of this group of guys, to have that opportunity to go there, it's exciting. It really is, and we're going to go over there and give it our best and try and keep this cup.
Front row on mic number 2, please.
Yeah, Captain. Yeah. How did the composition of the European team influence your decision about the picks, and what was your guess about the last 4 picks for Europe?
I don't want to make any guesses for what Europe's going to do. I think some rumors came out today in the paper from what I heard right before we came to this press conference, but I don't really want to guess. I think I had an idea in my mind what Europe may do, but I was really more focused on what our strengths would be and how I could add and complement the 3 best players possible to the 8 that we started with. So although I think those matchups may be key in the future, I really was worried about our strengths more than anything else.
Thank you. In the back over here on mic number 1, please.
This is for either Tiger or Phil, whoever wants to take it, but there's been times over the years when you guys played together in 4, Tiger, when you and David played at Brookline, having 2 people of that level lose created even more momentum for the other side. I'm just curious if you look at the team now and what they've accomplished individually, does that even exist anymore? That feeling of taking down 2 scalps instead of 1 because of who you are.
Go ahead. Thanks.
Rookie.
Well, I think it's always a momentum shift if you can take down, their whoever, the best pairings, and we've done it on their side, and they've done it to us. So it is a momentum shift more than anything else, and it's trying to beat the guys that we're paired up against, and we think that we put out the best possible players to win points, and sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't.
3 more questions, folks, please, on mic number 1.
To Tiger and to Phil, if called upon, would you be willing and able to play 36 holes? And Jim, would you be calling upon them possibly to do that in both the 4-ball and foursomes?
That'll be a conversation I'll have with every player, health-wise, how they're feeling. It's the end of the year. Obviously, we have a lot of young players and a lot of guys that are extremely fit that, someone has to play 36 just the way it works out. But, that's a conversation I'd have with Tiger and Phil, and I would say that 5 matches probably isn't in the equation like it used to be, but 4 would be possible, I would assume.
2 more questions over here, mic number 1, Ryan.
Tiger, Jim mentioned that he wants you to focus fully on playing, of course. But how much input do you expect to have with the X's and O's like you've had the past couple of years, and you've really been praised for your acting?
I won't be able to have. I won't be spending the time that I did because I'm dedicated to playing. It's one of the great additions we've had is our 3 vice captains. They're and our captain are gonna basically be rolling through it and trying to decide who's the best fit to play with who and when we're going. I may have a little bit of input here and there, but it's certainly nowhere near the role that I had last time we did in Hazeltine, for sure.
Final question over here on mic number 2,
I
please.
could actually follow up on that a little bit as well to clear things up. I mean, Tiger is a huge asset, and in preparation and leading up, I will expect all of us as captains and vice captains to ask for the same opinions we've had. The move that we've made in this situation is a lot more for the week of and for his preparations during the week of, and make sure that he's able to practice and prepare like he needs to.